Hello and welcome to the Entertainment Vortex. My name is Hikaro and today we are playing Slay the Spire. Now, the reason I want to play this game is because, aside from MMOs, I am a huge fan of board games, as well as CCGs and TCGs, as well as, of course, other types of video games. So when I found out that they made a roguelite that was basically a deck-building board game, in an RPG form, I had to try this game. So I gave it a try, played one game, and all I could think about when I was playing is I wanted to share it with everybody because this game is just so unique in my opinion. I've never played anything quite like it, and it is so fun. So, like I said, I've already gone through run, but we're going to do a run together. Let's give it a shot here. So I will kind of explain the game as I go. You could choose from a couple different characters. This is in early access, so the third one is still locked. But the first two give you kind of a variety. This one's more of a, I would say, like trickery type class. A little harder to play. A little more combo heavy and tricks you can do, whereas this one's kind of like a tank. This one heals at the end of each combat, as to where this guy's power, as you can see, is at the start of combat you draw extra cards. So definitely different ways of playing, but both very viable. We're going to start with the Ironclad just because I'm still getting used to the game, and this will kind of give you an expectation for your first run if you do pick up this game. This game is not very expensive. It's definitely something I'd suggest picking up. It's super fun. Let's see. So, giant whale? Okay, this is new. Oh. Maybe because I already did a run? Let's... lose a starting relic, obtain a boss relic. Okay. Let's obtain 3 potions. What did they give us? Heal 3 for 5 turns, gain 2 dexterity, and deal 20. Ooh, that's a good one. Cool. Well, that's neat. I guess you get a bonus when you jump in. So the basic idea of this is a deck builder. So if you've ever played a deck builder, you're probably used to the concept. You start with a very small deck, 10 cards in fact, that have very basic cards. In this case, it has an attack, and basic block cards. As you go through the game, you are adding cards to your deck. The more you add to your deck, the stronger your deck becomes, and the choices you make start to make combos to the point where your deck becomes really strong. Well, the cool aspect about this is as you play through this map, and as you can see, it is choose your own way when you've got the boss of the floor at the top here. As you go through this map, you're going to gain not only cards to increase the power of your deck, but upgrades to upgrade the cards in your deck. You're going to go to these locations, question marks here, where they could be a story event. Story events do all kinds of things. They can add bad cards to your deck to give you money, you can get items, and then the coolest part for me that kind of adds to the sweetness of the deck building aspect is the relics. Now, obviously I start with 1 relic, which we had talked about a moment ago, which is at the end of combat, I heal 6 hit points. Combat is persistent in this game. What I mean by that is you don't heal at the end of a fight. So whatever damage you took in the fight, you're going into the next fight weaker. So you want to take as little damage as possible. And when we get into our first fight here, you'll kind of see how that works. It's actually a very simple game to understand, but really tricky to master. So we're going to jump in here. I think the best way to explain this game is just to show you guys. So let's go here so we can get a question mark on the second one. So here's a fight. Pretty basic concept. I got 2 monsters. You can see their hit points down here. Above their head, it's going to show you what they're going to do this turn once you finish your turn. In this case, it's going to inflict a negative effect, and the same here. It'll also tell you if they're going to attack you, and it'll tell you exactly how much they're going to attack for. So you actually have quite a bit of information. It's all about making the best use of what you have. Not really trying to trick you. There are surprises in the game, especially when you're fighting bosses, but the idea is it's a roguelite. So you gain a little bit as you go along, and then you jump back in and try again. Your deck gets reset, and you give it another shot. I made it all the way to the first floor boss my first try, and I got slaughtered. So, but I had a lot of fun doing it. So it's a sign of a good roguelite, in my opinion, or roguelike, is if you make it to the end and get slaughtered by something, even if you didn't go, you know, 20 levels in, if you still feel like you had a good time and you want to try again, they did something right. So, I have basic cards here. Strike deals 6 damage. Defend gains 5 block. So, you have 3 energy a turn. This changes based off of cards you play, based off of relics, but 3 is the general amount you'll have. So as you can see, these all cost 1 in the upper right-hand corner. You do discard your hand at the end of the turn, so do keep that in mind. So there really is no saving a card for next turn, unless, of course, you have a card effect or a relic that allows you to do so, and some do. So let's take care of this guy. There we go. Get the little guy, and then we're going to add block to me. So if you see a little 5 here, so that means the next 5 damage I take, that's going to block. Now that does go away at the end of the turn after they attack, so let's see what this does. Does this do any damage? No, I just added frail. Well, that wasted that block. I was thinking they might do damage with that. 25% less block from cards for 1 turn. Well, 1 turn's not bad. So it's going to do this again, so let's just use these. So let's use Bash. That's a pretty good hit. Boom! So that's 8 damage, plus Vulnerable. Take 50% more damage from attacks for 2 turns. So we'll use Strike, which as you can see did bonus damage. I am out now. There was no reason to defend because they're not attacking. Let's see what he does. Same thing. Looks like we're just keeping that frail going. Makes sense. It's the first guy of the game. We're not expecting anything too crazy. Let's just take him out. There we go. So you saw I gained the 6 life back in the background. I didn't actually get hit, so it didn't matter, but that does become important later because every hit point is precious. So I got 10 gold, an explosive potion. Oh, well. I'm going to keep what I have. Add a card. So this is where the fun begins. So I get to choose one of these 3 cards to put in my deck. Now, each time you gain a card, you're kind of modifying your deck and tweaking your deck into something that's really cool. I really love this card. Puts it in the discard pile, and it costs 0. I got to the point during the boss fight where I had a handful of these, and I was just dumping them. And then I was able to keep my energy till next turn and play more next turn. It was super cool. So, let's see. Applied 12 damage. Wow, that's crazy. Plus, they do less damage to you. That's really good. And then gain, this is the sign for energy. So the 3 of 3 we had earlier, if you were to play this, it would give you an extra 1. But you lose 3 hit points. I don't really like that. I could see a deck being cool with that, but I'm going to go with anger. That 12 damage is really cool, but I'm going to skip that. Don't forget your rewards. Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay, yeah, we're going to skip the potion. Okay, so this could be anything. This question mark could be a battle, or it could be a story. I'm hoping for a story, because I want to show you guys that. It is a story. Okay, a story event. So, among the stone and boulders, you notice an intricate, large blue statue resembling a wing. You find gold spilling from its cracks. Maybe there is more inside. So, I can remove a card from my deck, lose 7 hit points. You're probably going, why in the world would you want to do that? Well, that's because there are, like, curse cards, and there are weakness cards and things like that. So sometimes taking a 7 hit point hit, if you've got this card that keeps messing up your combos, might be worth it. I'm obviously not going to do that because I'm thinking my card is that bad. Also, when you get to the higher levels, because you're just shuffling your deck every time you run out of cards, you might want to get rid of some of the basic cards. Like, 5 block. If you've got a bunch of great block in your hand, the faster you can get those out of your deck, the faster you get the better block. Kind of changing the ratio of cards. But right now, I'm not going to worry about that. And this requires a card with 10 or more damage, and then I could probably break it. But we're just going to leave on that one. The statue makes you feel uneasy. I like how that's moving. You walk past and continue onward. Very cool. Another question mark. Oh, another story event. As you walk into the room, you hear a gurgling and the grinding of metals. Before you is a slime-like creature that ate too much scrap for its own good. From the center of the creature, you see glints of strange light. Perhaps something magical? It looks like you can get some treasure if you just reach inside its opening. Oh, that's disgusting. However, the acid and sharp objects might hurt. 3 hit points for a 25% chance. Yeah, why not? Oh, wow, you can push your luck. That's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. I didn't look to see how close there was a campfire. We're at the beginning. Let's do it. Oh, you got a relic. What is it? You can now remove cards from your deck at rest sites. Oh, cool. After rummaging through the metal and burning acid, you finally grab hold of a relic and yank it out. You pull your way out of the ooze damaged, but rewarded. Very interesting. So, obviously, there's a bigger chance of losing hit points in a fight, but you're also pretty much guaranteed to get a new card upgrade at the end of a fight, so sometimes it's better to do the fights, but I absolutely love the little story events. Let's do the middle here. Oh, it's a fight anyway. Ooh, 53 hit points. Okay, so we'll start off with Anger. Puts that in my discard pile. Let's see. So what's it going to do? Intends to use a buff. So there's no real reason to defend this turn, so let's just smack it a couple times. I mean, there's... end of turn. Incantation. You do not belong here. Creepy. What does this do? At the end of its turn, gains 3 strength. Wow. Okay. So he's going to attack me for 6, but he's going to pop 3 strength. I'm not sure if that's going to go into that attack, but I'm definitely going to prepare in case it does. So we're going to defend, and then I'm going to bash him in the face. And then out of energy. Okay, so the strength happened after he attacked. So now he has 9 damage, but it didn't go in time before. So let's see. So I know that I am going to heal at the end of this fight. Do I chance? He's kind of vulnerable. So let's gain 5 to take care of most of it. And then bash him in the face. Okay, so he should have a lot of vulnerable, yeah. 3 turns, 50% more damage. Okay. He's going to hit me. As you can see, it's almost a puzzle game with this deck building element put in. It's like when you're in a fight, you're just doing the best you can with what you have. Oh, look at that. 2 Angers. My discard pile. Let's flood the deck. And these temporary copies, they do go away at the end of the fight. And then that's enough to kill him. 6 damage back. So I didn't really lose anything that time. So gold. Let's get a new card. Let's see. Thundercap. Oh, Thunderclap. Deal 4 damage and apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Ooh, that would be good later on when you start fighting a lot of guys. 5 damage twice to the same enemy, I assume? Oh, that'd be really good, because if you had a strength increase, it would hit both times. So say you had 2 strength, it would hit 7 twice, instead of just being 1. Deal damage equal to your current block. Let's do Twin Strike. I like that. Okay, so this is a merchant. I have 120 gold. Let's take a look. I'll show you the merchant. Welcome! Okay, so here we go. We're at a merchant. This is pretty simple. You can buy things with the gold you have. The gold is right up here with the merchant symbol. I have 120. As you can see, his hand comes down, which is kind of funny. Do you want this one? Maybe this one. Let's see what we got. So I could buy all these cards but one. This one's on sale. At the end of your turn, lose 1 hit point and deal 4 damage to all enemies. Wow. So that circle is a power. The way that works is once you cast it, for the rest of the fight, that effect happens. So if I was to cast this, every single round I would lose 1 hit point and then deal 4 damage to all enemies. So you got to be really sure you want to do that, because you can't turn it off. Gain 12 block whenever you're attacked. Oh, wow. 2 damage, 4 times. I love the fact that it gives you those tooltips telling you what the different words mean. In this case, you can use it once and then it's removed till the end of the fight. Gain 1 vulnerable, and then deal 9 damage. Wow, so you gain a vulnerable... Creatures... Okay, so you would take 50% more from attacks, but you do 9 damage for 0 cost. That's a risk versus reward there. Oop, I like that. That's really good too. What are the... I can't afford them, but let's look at them. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. The first time you lose hit points each combat, draw 3 cards. That's wow. Whenever you would receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage reduced to 1. That's crazy good. It's all Yu-Gi-Oh! The picture. I'm going to do this one. And then we're going to head out. They also have a card removal service if you got to get rid of something. Okay. And there we go. We head out. And now, another fight. You can probably see what I mean at this point with the concept is really simple. It's not anything too crazy, but personally I think there's a lot of depth to it, especially as you gain cards, because there's hundreds of cards in the game. Plus it's early access, and from what I've seen, they are releasing like weekly updates. At least they have been recently, so they add a lot to this game. I'm really impressed by the developer and how much they're supporting the game. It's very cool. I should also mention, I should have mentioned it at the beginning, this is not a sponsored video. I bought this myself because I thought it was super cool, and I just really wanted to share it with you guys. So let's see what we got here. On taking attack damage, rolls up and gains 6 block. Okay. And the other guy's going to gain 4. He is going to buff himself. I think... See, that's going to hit twice, which means he's going to get the block damage in between. So let's do this. Let's hit him for 8. Okay, now he's got that. We'll wait for the block to wear off. I'm going to defend against his shot, and then we'll strike... Oops. Oh, the Bastard too. That's right. Enter. One damage isn't bad. Oh, look at that. Is that strength? Yep, increased by 3, so he's going to hit hard. So this turn, it looks like I'm going to get hammered. So let's get rid of this guy. That'll help. 6, I could do 12. Well, I can't because he'll gain blocks. So let's just defend, and I want to take that damage. I guess I should have hit him. I didn't realize I had him one less. My bad. I'm sure you guys noticed that before I did. Deal 5 damage. That'll give him the block. That'll give him the block. Well, let's do the most we can here. So let's just hit him up what we have, even though he's going to gain block. That'll do 1. And then that takes him out. Cool. Because he can only do it once a turn. 6 life. I'm almost back to full life. Nice. Add a card. Oh, another anger. Wow! Add 2 wounds to your hand, though. They're just unplayable dead cards. 15 block, though. Oh, man, that's good, too. 15 block. That's crazy. Okay, so that's where I'm going to end the first episode. I'm definitely going to make a few more episodes of this and put them out because I really dig this game. And I have a feeling that there's going to be some viewers in the audience here that really digs it as well. And I want to get some attention to this game if I can help at all because I like the creativity, I like the art style, I like the amalgamation of all these different play styles from board game deck builders to roguelites. It's just good stuff. It's nice and casual gameplay. I'm sure it gets stressful as you get further, but even then, even when I was fighting the final boss, I was still kind of kicking back. It's only one hand on the mouse, no keyboard needed. It's very, very relaxing. Really dig this game. Plus, I know that by the time this game releases out of early access, tons of cards, tons of classes. Sky is really the limit. So, I hope you enjoyed this game. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. We do a minimum of 4 videos every week, including a movie review, a Funko Pop video, and 2 game videos. We also have shirts available. If you're interested, go ahead and check the link in the description down below. Don't let the timer on the site fool you. It resets every 4 days, so you will not miss your chance. We hope you'll follow us into the Vortex. We'll see you next time.